Let's talk why people. Let's talk about why people are depressed in today's world.
All right.
All right.
Let's
Let's talk about this. All right. So, why are people depressed in this world? I think it's because nothing makes sense.
I think it's because they're trying to be controlled and they don't know how to control themselves.
Well, yeah, they're trying to control others, and they don't know how to control themselves.
They don't realize that they have choices, that they have options, and that they have the ability to say yes or no to this, that, or the other thing.
Yeah, but when television is shaping the culture that we live in, maybe some of these decisions are being based on money that's being spent that's likely to be benefited from.
That could be where some of the depression comes from.
That could be. I mean, they're trying to keep up with idols.
Yes.
And you can't really keep up with somebody who's got, like, I don't know, 30 bedrooms and 20 bathrooms and stuff. I mean...
That is an expensive house to try to maintain.
Well, yeah, let alone maintain. You gotta buy it first.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Yeah, so spending billion, or, well, I don't know, millions, I guess. Because I've helped build a couple houses that were, well, that one house had over 10,000 square foot of living space and 6 bathrooms.
That's ridiculous.
Three kitchens, 2 laundries, and for a family of 4. Wow. I was like, and then they tried to call it a green house, like an environmentally friendly house. And I was like, what the fuck's environmentally friendly about yours? This is...
Wow.
I mean, if you've got 100 people living in there, I mean, sure, that would be an environmentally friendly house. I mean, just the body heat would probably keep it warm. I mean, people maybe...
You can use it as a bed and breakfast.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to use it something to where there's a real benefit, I mean, yeah, why not? But when it's only 4 people, each having a choice of what bathroom or kitchen they're going to use at any time, that's nuts. Yeah, you think so too, huh?
Yeah, and then all that space you have to heat.
Yeah, you're heating it or cooling it and cleaning it, paying taxes on it. You got to furnish it, because if you just had a big old empty house, that'd be kind of dumb. and then if you can't make your payment on it, well, then somebody's gonna kick you out of it, and then you're gonna have to put all that stuff in storage, and then you're paying $100 a month for storage or $500 a month for storage, whatever, on stuff that you don't know. Yeah, it's all about consumption. That's why people are depressed. I mean, I'm
depressed too.
We have cars that have bumpers that you can't bump. We have a healthcare industry that is mostly focused on just getting people healthy again instead of keeping them healthy in the first place. What else do we have?
A lot of bullshit, that's what we have.
We have jobs. Do you want a job, Hoss?
You just over broke.
Is that what you want? Do you want to make somebody else their money for them so they can have another vacation home? While you're struggling to make payments on yours? Because you're giving them 40 hours a week of your time? Yeah, I think that sucks too.
Well, and then people are unhappy with their self-image because of all the magazines and the bullshit they try to sell.
Right. Well, and it's not even that those models are an accurate representation of what the magazine's portraying. A lot of them are digitally enhanced.
Yeah. Even they don't recognize themselves.
Yeah, they're like, who's that hot bitch? And they're like, oh, holy shit, that was my photo shoot last week. Wow, I wasn't feeling too hot about myself that day, because when I looked at the photo from last year's cover model, she was so much prettier.
Yeah, it's like...
Yeah, it's like
man,
nobody recognizes their own, it's like all these Antifa folks or the people that are really protesting and really bringing a lot of energy to an idea that they have. They're snowflakes, though. And as soon as somebody is questioning their logic or the moral character behind their actions, they melt. And instead of what they have to offer being recognized and implemented by people voluntarily associating to an idea, they're being dismissed because they're throwing a tantrum I mean, they've got some legitimate reasons why they're upset, and I mean, why they're protesting. I mean, although most police, I don't think, would ever intentionally harm somebody. They're looking to give a safe environment for us to live in, and make a few dollars while they do it. But there are enough police that aren't being held accountable for their actions that really harm people. And so you can see where people's depression comes from. But this is all because we are choosing to support that
Things
which
that
we don't believe in. And we're allowing that to happen because of ignorance. I mean, there was a guy that came here several thousand years ago, and his name was Jesus, and he was telling people, he says, you're suffering because of your ignorance. And I don't know if he said it in those words, I wasn't there. But basically, that's the lesson I got from it, is we suffer because of our ignorance. But it's absolutely true. I mean, how many people ask permission for everything they do in their lives when we're all created equal? And we are all made in the image of God. That means that there isn't one person that can be telling everybody else what to do because few of their friends say that it's okay.
And newsflash, religion is generally picked upon the region that you are born in.
Right, yeah. How is it that people born in one area of the world are very likely to believe one thing? Maybe it's because they're born into a culture.
It sounds like you stutter.
I don't stutter. Anyway, yes, sometimes I do. That's okay.
That's all right.
Because if you judge me on that, it's okay. But we wonder why we're in a depressed environment. Well, it's because we're mostly in the act of consumption. When we create things and we're unique in how we do things, we stand above the crowd when you're unique. I mean, there's some very unique people in Hollywood. There's very unique people leading the world right now. I wouldn't say that they are the most capable of even leading themselves, let alone others. But I guess that's debatable. And I mean, and people will follow who they just feel they should follow. Mm-hmm. But when we make awareness of choices that are beyond what's been advertised, we can recognize that it's okay to be a sheep and just kind of go along with the crowd, because it is an easier life. But just recognize the shepherd that's leading you to slaughter, or the shepherd that's leading you to open grasses. I guess that's again, Jesus, he went up on the way the story goes. He went up on the cross, but he was surrounded by hypocrites and cowards. It's people who didn't think he should be killed, but yet they were voluntarily contributing the taxes that paid for the soldiers to do it. So, I don't know, people keep on waiting for Jesus to come back, but I think just waiting for the lessons that Jesus taught us to set in, and for us to implement the things in our lives.
And be better people than we currently are.
Yeah, and that's just through the actions that we make each day. Mm-hmm. I mean, are we doing it towards growth and oneness and divinity? Which I think God is actually an acronym for that. Or are we doing it towards things that are negative, things that are just constantly taking from our environment or from other people? Nature works reciprocally, and we haven't lived naturally for a long time. We buy everything from stores instead of getting it from the source. The source is very efficient, but when you go to the stores, you deal with many middlemen, and it gives people jobs, but think of a world where food, clean water, and shelter were abundant, and it was free. Once you built it, or once you found an unoccupied dwelling, and you took possession of it, it was free. And if you wanted to be able to grow some food, and you wanted to make it available to your neighbors, that would all be free and unregulated. So what if food, water, shelter was readily available? What kind of world do you think we would live in? It wouldn't be one based on consumption. I mean, imagine how many gallons of gas is used to in the commuting of workers to work from home, and also from conveying all of the commerce items, across the roads. I mean, we get apples in Washington State, where we grow a lot of apples, but we get apples all the way from New Zealand for free. And we get like 600-pound boxes of them for free. I mean, we've made apple pies and applesauce out of the apples. They were that good, but yet they weren't suitable for the grocery or for processing into apple juices and apple products, for the market. So it's not that we're running the world efficiently, it's that we're running it so a certain group of people can make a lot of money. Well, we should slow down just a little bit and recognize the choices that are available to us. And I bet you those will lead to a lot less people being in depression.
Yes.
Yes, I concur.
Well, you kind of went off on a date.
Well, there's lots of tangents, but it's a big subject.
But I couldn't say nothing, so yes, I concur.
Okay. Do you concur? She's like, yeah, whatever. I've heard this over and over again.